Hello, I'm your host, Blake Terry, and I'm joined here by Commissioner JB, and this is PTN, where we go over the latest news, standings, stats, game analysis, and much more. Today we'll be starting off with game recap from the first couple games and series we've had over the season. And the first series was Wombats and Jags, correct?
Yeah, Wombats, Jags. Jags swept. Not much to go over there.
Yeah, not a very good series by the Wombats.
Very terrible pitching from BCT.
Yeah, worst performance I probably had in my life. I got all hyped up, You could see in the video at the beginning of it, I was getting hyped up, and I just didn't come out and perform.
He got in his own head.
It just wasn't a good series in general, and I think the Wombats are better than that, but Jags came out and took care of business, and they went 3-0.
Sharks versus Wizards.
Sharks
not much to talk about there either. Sharks come out and sweep.
Yeah, Wizards were just absolutely terrible. They did not play well. I don't know if they played well or didn't play well. They just aren't that good of a team.
Yeah.
Not much hitting from them. Worst hitting team in the league. Kale had a decent performance though, pitching. Gary did not. He had probably one of the worst pitching performances of the year, if not the worst. Sharks came out, dominated like we knew they would, and on to the next series.
Wizards versus Wombats.
That was a pretty good series.
Which goes 2-1 to the Wizards.
That was a pretty good series. First game.
But you have to take that. It's this one. You have to take that game with a grain of salt because Tate, this man right here,
was added late and came in and did everything for them. He wasn't really a part of the team.
Really a sort of a one-day sub.
Yeah, and he came in and did some work on us. Keese hit a grand slam. Don't know how that happened. But much better series from the Wombats. They did really well. We pitched decently. A lot of walks, which has been our main problem this season. But picked up one dub, so I'll take it.
Sharks versus Jags. That one will not be getting uploaded due to technical difficulties. We'll tell you now, it was game 1 went to the Jags, and then games 2 and 3 went to the Sharks.
Connor hyping himself up lately, talking about how he's MVP and Cy Young. I heard that last game he kind of blew it. Jags are starting to fall apart, I definitely think.
Yeah, they're falling apart. There have been various reports that have come out showing that the Jags are having some very deep chemistry issues.
Yeah, lots of problems going on in the organization. Trading away the second overall pick, his late free agency.
His best player.
Yep, accusation, and then picking up Gary.
I wouldn't say picking up Gary, but like what he gave up was
he gave up his second overall pick for Garrett. So Jags are slowly deteriorating, not as strong as they first came out, but Sharks are still on a steady roll.
They're still second in the league.
And then on to the last series.
And then the latest series, Sharks versus Wombats.
That was a really fun series, I think.
Very fun series. First series at the new field. Very likely World Series matchup.
It was pretty good. It was a really good series. First series, Sharks came out, and they came out swinging. They got the win, 7-3. Not much hitting from the Wombats. Pitching was a problem. Lots of walks, like normal. Game 2, Wombats came out and smacked them 12-5 with back-to-back homers from myself and Caden.
7-6, very close.
Yeah, it was 6-2 going into the top of the third, and just blew it. So that's all I can say, really. I mean, Wombats, we're getting better, playing more to our ability more and more every week, and hopefully the second part of the season we'll turn it up.
And we have one more series coming up before the All-Star break, which is Wizards versus Jags. Any predictions for that?
Well, thinking that Tate's not playing, I don't think.
Assuming Tate is not playing, I think the Jags
definitely take 2 of 1 at least.
Actually,
I think that's sweet.
I don't think. I think Wizards go 2-1 on them.
Really? Why is that?
Because the Jags are falling apart. Players might not even show up.
But the Wizards are one of the worst hitting teams in the league, as we've seen. I think their leading hitter right now is batting 170.
I think that the new mound is going to mess Connor up so much that he's gonna walk a ton of people.
I think Kale's gonna have a good pitching day.
I think Kale's gonna lock it down.
And the Jags aren't that good of a hitting team either. They get on base a lot, but they're not that good of a hitting team. And Kale's a pretty solid pitcher that throws strikes. So I can actually get behind the Wizards taking 2. And now on the power rankings.
It'll be interesting. Power rankings, obviously, you're putting the Sharks #1.
Easy.
Best record in the league.
I believe they are. Where are they? 7-2.
7-2.
And now on to number 2, which this is really difficult.
This is where it gets interesting because
you can either go the Jags or the Wombats.
Power rankings, you're really seeing who is hot at the current moment.
And it's not always records. It's not always compared to who has the best record, who has the worst record.
Sure, the Wombats have the worst record in the league, but they've also they've had a lot of
close games. I mean,
like they've never gotten really blown out. It's always been some weird situation that's cost them a game.
Yeah, like compared to the Sharks game, we were up 6-2, like I said, going into the top of the 3rd, and we had controversial double play. It didn't go our way, which is fine, but ended up blowing that game, giving up 5 runs in the last inning. Lose that. You flash back to the first series against the Jags. We're up, I believe, 6 runs maybe, and I come in and blow it again, which was one of my worst performances. So if you take those 4 and 5, not 2 and 7, I mean, we're competing, just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Yeah, I feel like the Wombats, as of right now, they're the #2 team.
Right.
I mean, I think they've put up the best performance against the Sharks.
Yeah, definitely. And then you got to go Jags 3.
Probably Jags 3.
And Wizards 4, just because of lack of offense and not creating much. Without Tate, they probably
without
won the game.
Tate, they're missing a lot of.
They're 0-9 right now. Now on to the All-Star rosters.
We don't have the actual rosters, but we do have
Participants.
From the Sharks, we have Tyler, ZH, Chase, and myself receiving the D-Wade pity vote because I am retiring. The Wombats got Blake Terry and Caden Garber. So congratulations. You're only here because last season you were good. From the Jags, we got Connor, and from the Wizards, we got Kale. And I don't think I missed anyone here. So yeah.
That sounds like it.
That 4v4 standard game.
2 pitchers per team. Even though everyone can pitch.
Even though everyone can except for me.
And then a home run derby.
The home run derby participants are Tyler, ZH, Blake, Chase, Anthony Bush-Jost, Keese, Caden Garber, Macy Ernst, myself, and Kale Wilson.
To those that didn't make an all-star roster or home
Get
run
good.
derby participant, this year just wasn't your year.
Mid-season predictions. Who is the front runner for MVP right now?
Most dominant. So this is someone that's been the most dominant for hitting, and could you say pitching and hitting?
Yeah, just overall value to their team.
ZH. ZH.
I think the hitting leaves a little to be desired with him.
I mean, he's off and on, but so far he is the most home runs and RBIs. So
I would say the front runner for MVP right now is Caden Garber. Actually, no.
Caden Garber's batting 190.
You're right. It is not him.
I said ZH. ZH is having a pretty decent year right now.
I'd say it's very hard to tell.
If Kale picks up his hitting, he could be MVP.
Yeah, if Kale picks up the hitting, if Connor can pick up his hitting.
What about Cy Young?
ZH.
ZH, really?
Hands down ZH.
I say Kale Wilson as of right now. He's been pretty solid so far, giving up the least amount of runs, most Ks per inning, most Ks period. He's been pretty solid.
But his team is pretty bad.
Most improved.
Wait, actually, Kale is only. Oh shoot. Kale's pitching record. Kale is 0-2 on the mound.
ZH is 4-0.
ZH is 4-0 with 1 save.
But Kale's team, like you said, it's not the best, so he didn't have much offense behind him to really get runs in. But it's a close run. And then most improved.
Most improved?
Probably.
I think that goes to
don't know, really.
Maybe me?
You were one of the girls.
The girls weren't in the league last year. They're rookies.
Oh, true. ZH? No, ZH was MVP. Probably.
ZH was MVP
Probably
candidate.
Jabe, if Gary picks it up.
It's either me, it's between me, because Yan's gotten worse.
Yeah, Yan used to be.
Yan's gotten worse. Jaw's the same.
Schwan.
Schwan isn't hitting at all. He's the exact same player.
Alright, let's go to least improved.
Me.
Most regressed, easily Gary.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. What?
Actually, you.
Well,
Your pitching
I think
went down.
I think it's for Jaw or Yan.
Jaw hasn't gotten worse.
Or Jaw.
You got worse. You got worse. Jaw didn't get better or worse.
Alright, Silver Slugger, which goes to the person with the best batting average. Probably.
I mean, right now it's Tyler.
I say by the end of the season, I think I could get up there in average.
I think Tyler has it.
Gold Glove.
See, without the Sharks Wombats series from yesterday, I would say Sean, but he did give up a home run because he bobbled it.
Yeah, and he fell
He
over.
bobbled it and fell over the fence.
And it went over.
And it
So
went over.
if you take away that, Sean probably would have had it. But
as of right now, it's really an open race.
Yeah, anybody
no
can
one's
really
really
get
made
to it.
any standout defensive plays.
And then postseason MVP. Who do you think will step it up in the postseason?
ZH.
You think ZH?
Who do you think is the front runner to win it all?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
Unbiased, completely unbiased. Wombats.
Please do not listen to my co-host. He is not that smart.
Completely honest,
Shark.
unbiased. And here's
Okay.
why.
Here's the
If
thing
you
with
say
the
you say Sharks, Wombats, correct?
yes,
Wombats should have taken two of those series, two out of the three of that series.
but they didn't.
but their GM also pulls up looking like this.
That's drip. It's called drip. It's drip.
I think right now you just have to go with who is the most consistent, who is showing that they're the best team, and that is easily the Sharks.
Yeah. All right. He's got Sharks. I got Wombats. If
The-
it's
the
Wombats,
Wo-
I got
Wombats-
Wombats in 6. What about Manager of the Year?
Definitely not Connor.
Wow.
Connor has
I don't know.
Connor
It
has
depends.
gutted his roster.
He has gutted his roster.
I mean, you could say Tyler just because his team is right now is just the most solid, but he really didn't make any moves other than signing Chase. So I would have to say BCT because he's the only one that's made moves.
The
that
only
have
other
improved
person I
his
could see,
roster.
maybe, it depends on how the Wizards do, because Kale's stepping into this new manager role after Gary's stepping down, and if he can bring his team, he's already brought more wins than Garrett did. And if he can bring his team out and they start winning games, I mean, he could be a pretty good, decent contender for that. And most underrated,
Who is
Anth.
Chase?
Chase or Ant?
I said Anth.
Yeah.
Anth.
Because Ant's doing pretty
Either-
decent right now.
either
and he
Ant
hasn't
or
played
Chase.
many games. I mean, they both probably played the same amount of games.
He's only played 2 series.
But if you really see Ant, you don't see Ant get out. You don't see Ant get out very much, really.
Yeah.
He's
I just
pretty
feel
decent.
like with the Wombats, everyone on that team is around the same level of skill, really. Whereas with the Sharks, you have Tyler and ZH, and then it's a drop off. And Chase really is, he's really been a really solid hitter. He can pitch, he just hasn't had to. I think that
Well, yeah.
as a player, he's really underrated right now. And
He's got the better on-base percentage and the better average, or least average, but he has less at-bats right now. But yeah, Chase is pretty underrated because if you look at the Sharks, how they are, he's in the shadow of Tyler and Zach as it is, and he's a pretty solid player, and if you put him on another roster, he'd really stand out a little bit more.
he's probably a top 2 player on every other roster.
All right, do you have some news about a 30 for 30 on the upcoming, in the works right now?
It is over Jaw, otherwise known as Justin Atnip.
And it will be titled "The Star That Was Never Born." Based on a
Because
true story.
he didn't show up. That's why the star was never born. Sorry,
just
I
pretty much
spoiled
goes,
it.
Just pretty much goes over his career and how it started as everyone thinking that he was going to be the next big thing, and then him turning out to just be Not what
Not
we
it.
expected.
Not the big thing. It's really
That's pretty much the premise of the 30 for 30. It was an
And
idea
Happy got a
of
ring.
something we wanted to do, and it's in the works now. And
should
we
be
will-
ready around All-Star around
We'll
the
be
All-Star break.
thinking of maybe.
Comment below what 30 for 30s you want to see.
Too bad Gary disabled comments.
Turn them on, Garrett.